Until now, we stored single values in variables and multiple values in arrays. But what if we want to store complete information about a user like name, email, age, login status, all in a single object? So that's where Playwright objects become extremely powerful. And in Playwright automation, objects are used everywhere, like test data, API payloads, login credentials, configurations. So today, let's finally understand JavaScript objects in the easiest way possible. What is an object? An object is a collection of related data stored in key value pairs. So let's understand with the help of example. Let us create one object. Let user is equals to. First of all, we will store first will be key and second will be value. Let's store key as name. Okay, and its value is we can store anything like John. Then age 28 is admin. We are just storing different types of data. True. Okay, so this user is an object where name is admin are keys and these are its corresponding values. Now, how do we access these things? We simply access that user dot the key which we want to access. Like I want to access value for age, then I will type age and it will print 28. Similarly, if I want to access any other value, I will simply write user dot is admin. Okay, there is one more way. Like you can also access the values using its attributes like user. Then in square brackets, you need to write like age. What this will print? This will print 28. Let's run it. It's taking time. See 28 true and 28. So in this way, we can access using dot notation like user dot is admin, or we can use bracket notation like user, then in the bracket, the name of the key. So how do we update the object values? There is simple method to update. Simply access the value you want to update like user dot age. It's 28. Let's update this to 30, right? And the user dot, or we can simply add new properties. Just write any property you want to add, like the key you want to add. Let's add his country and write its name as Canada, right? So now if we print user object, see, it's having one, two, three, and four properties now. Earlier it had three properties. We just added the country as another property, right? So how do we delete? Simply we write delete, right? Then user dot, let's delete is admin, right? Now if I print user object again, console.log user, it will again have three attributes and is admin should not be there. The is admin is gone now, right? Now let's see how objects are used in real automation testing. See, we test our applications using different users, right? So one user is having access to update the application. Some are having restricted access. Some have access to access, different parts of the application. So different users have different access and we test the application user wise, right? Let's write login user is equals to, first of all, let's store its username and we are just storing anything admin at the rate test 123.com, right? Then we can store another one. Let's store its password. Okay, and let's store the value for password is admin123. Anything should work, right? So okay, here I used semicolon. Okay, now we are good. So in Playwright, we often store usernames, password, test data, API request bodies inside objects. So if I have to access, suppose in another file, I want to access the value of username. How do I access? Like I know login user I am using. So for login user, if I need a username, I will simply write dot username, right? Similarly, if I want to access password, I will write passwords. One more thing is we can also use nested objects. Suppose inside login username and password, I want to store another thing. Let's say we want to store address. This is just an example. I know it doesn't make any sense over here, but just for the sake of understanding, city, we can just write Toronto, right? Or we can write access mode or anything, right? Let's say he has access to access, let's say edit access he has, right? So how do I access now? Like what the kind of access my user is having? So I know login user is my object, right? Then inside login user, what I will do is, how do I reach there? First of all, I will write login user, then dot address. If I print address, right, it will print these both things for me now. I know where I have reached. See, I reached city and this thing. Suppose I want to print access mode, then I will simply write dot access mode. So in this way, you can go on nested. You can keep on inserting more nests. You will find API requests is in the same way, like they are very nested, one inside another, right? So why objects matter in Playwright? Objects are one of the most important JavaScript concepts for automation because Playwright API return objects, API response, request, JSON data is object based, then framework configurations. We use objects everywhere. Now you officially understood JavaScript objects. In the next video, we will practice objects using real world automation examples so you become comfortable using them in Playwright. Now there is one practice challenge for you. Create an object. Okay. Me. Okay. Just create an object like uh you can keep the name as like student, right? And what you need to do is you need to add the properties as name, age. You can keep any values you want, right? Then what you have to do is you have to print the name, add city, update age, and then delete the course. Try this. And if this video helped you understand objects clearly, don't forget to like the video and subscribe and keep practicing along with me. That's the fastest way to learn automation. We only have 5 or 6 more videos as part of day 2. Then we will move to Playwright, the actual Playwright practice and working side by side. Thank you.